Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at two of what are essentially the same watch, just with them different colorways. But since I've had this watch in on loan from Art, I figured I would do a quick comparison video here. This is probably going to be the only video like this on YouTube, seeing as how the watch in my right hand is quite a limited edition. I believe there are about 80 of these that have been made. DA37 is not a very common watch either, but there's much more of these than there are of the DB5. So, well, the DB5, I would consider this a version of the DA36, but instead of white, it has this cream or tan color vintage patina loom. And also the numbers on this watch are loomed, not just the indices around the edge there, and the hands, of course. So let's just go over the specs real quick. These are both ice hardened, case, crown, case back. All the exposed metal is ice hardened steel, which has a hardness of 60 HRC, and I believe that is 710 on the Vickers scale. So let's just hold on to this one here. Lug to lug is 48.5. Case diameter is 40. Thickness is 12.7. And the lug width is 20. And this strap tapers out to 24, and then it comes back down to 18 millimeter with a 6.5 millimeter crown. So as you can see, the DB5 has a blue second hand. I think that works well. I don't know if you'd want a brighter color like an orange or a red. I think this works well for the vintage type look of this watch. Also has a nice brown strap too, with matching tan stitching here. This is a very cool watch. I'm glad that I was able to pick it up. I purchased this one used. But as you can see, drilled lugs, this ice hardened case. I think this watch will keep looking great for a long time. The only issue perhaps might be the anti-reflective coating on the outside. It may get scratched up, but I don't know. We'll see if that happens. And the crystals on these are amazing with the anti-reflective coating. You really don't see much reflection there. It looks like there's no crystal at all on these watches. Unless you get it in a certain light. Right there you can see a reflection. So some of the technology other than the ice-hardened steel is that it has anti-magnetic. There is a metal cage in here. It is shock resistant. It has the Viton rings for the gaskets. This also self-lubricating. There is a self-lubricating cell inside of the crown here. These both have the ETA 2836-2 movement, which shows the day and the date, which is offset from that center line there, and the Damasko logo is right on top of that. Everything on this watch, on this dial, is purposeful. It's put in position. It's not just a bunch of random stuff on the dial here. And of course, the all-important made in Germany down there by the 6 o'clock. Damasko is a company that's been around since the mid-90s, I believe. They used to work with Zen and provide them with watch cases and perhaps other things. I like both Zen and Damasko. I don't know if I have a favorite one or the other, but I feel like Zen is able to charge a little more because they have a little better name recognition, but Damasko now has their own in-house movement. So they're doing a lot of good things over there at Damasko. So let's put both of these on wrist. You can get a sense of how they would look. And then we'll go into the all-important loom shot. I'm looking forward to that. I have seen the loom on this in my previous video, and haven't seen the loom on this in a little while, so we'll see how they look. I have not compared them together yet. Oh yeah, they both have signed buckles. Both have this little flap here, which aids in comfort, although it does make it a little more difficult to get it on wrist. Yeah, maybe I'm just not used to it. So I have 2 more positions left with my 6.5-inch wrist. Both of these watches are, I just can't say enough about them. I really like them both. So again, lug to lug on this is 48.5, 40 millimeter diameter, which doesn't really come into play here, but I have a 52 millimeter wristband and 6.5-inch wrist. I think the white would look larger than the black dial. They typically do. It's kind of a optical illusion. Let me know what you think. Do you think that looks a little larger than the black? I really like the black. If I had to choose between these, I would go with the black. Yeah, full loom is very cool in the night, but yeah, I don't know. I think I would go with this black one. I like this vintage loom a lot. I had a Hamilton khaki mechanical. I had a white dial and a black dial in it at the same time, and I think I preferred the white dial for that khaki feel mechanical, but between these two here, I would go with this black one. Okay, let's get the other one on wrist. Need to make some decisions about my collection pretty soon, but I'm fairly positive this one will be a keeper. This one will be around for a while. So exact same dimensions, but I'll just go over them again. 48.5 by 40, and I have a 52 millimeter wristband. I think I'm going to play around with some different straps on this one. Maybe something with a blue accent, but I do like this tan accent with that tan hands and indices and numerals there. So let me know which watch you would pick. Also, if you could go ahead and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment, ring the bell, all that good stuff. And let's check out the loom. Really looking forward to this. Sorry, I almost forgot. I wanted to compare this to another kind of a comparison of the steel versus the hardened steel. So how do I want to do this? Okay, here we go. Let's put them just side by side. This almost looks like titanium versus the brushed stainless steel there. Actually, I have a titanium watch. Let me grab that real quick. All right, sorry, just my random brain with a little bonus footage here. This is titanium Hampton. I think it's the Kraken H2 or 3 or something like that. I don't exactly remember. So it doesn't quite look like titanium. Well, it looks pretty close actually. and then titanium versus just a standard steel. So anyway, sorry for that bit of randomness. Let's get to the Loom Shot this time. So here we go, the moment we've all been waiting for. Full Loom DA37 versus the DB5 on the right, with the loomed hands and indices and the numerals all being loomed. So the full loom dial is not quite as bright as it looks like on screen here, but it is still very good loom. It is a neat party trick, but I don't know if I would buy the full loom dial for every day. Depends on what else you want to use it for. I'm going to hit this with the UV light one more time and see how it looks with the full effect here. And again, thank you for watching. And if you could go ahead and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I have plenty more videos lined up here. I do enjoy making these videos and chatting with you guys in the comment section. All right, I'll let this run for a little bit more and then talk to you guys on the next video.